Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kincade from Push, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to hit a jump on your snowboard. No spins, no flips, just your classic straight air. There are actually very few requirements to hitting a jump. Obviously, you need to be comfortable on your snowboard, you need to be able to carve down the mountain, and you need to have decent air awareness. But the absolute most important thing you must have to hit a jump on your snowboard is the ability to commit. You need to prepare yourself to hit this jump with confidence, say you're going to land it, take off, execute, and stomp it without freaking out midair. Obviously, when you're first starting, you'll start on pretty much the smallest jump you can find and you work your way up from there. But even with that said, commitment is super important and it is incredibly fundamental to learning more tricks on your snowboard. So if you're getting comfortable on your snowboard, you've been itching to hit a jump, your head's there but you're just not quite sure how to do it, you've come to the right place. Without further ado, let's get this tutorial started. So first off, I would recommend a park jump. Park jumps scare a lot of people, but they tend to be the most consistently built, the most consistent speed, and there's always someone riding it that you can follow in. That's an important part of your first jump, is you want to get the speed right. Overshooting a jump isn't fun, undershooting a jump isn't fun. Obviously, if you're starting on something small, the consequences are much lower than on something big, but with that said, it's nice to start with good habits. If a park jump is not accessible to you or it simply scares you, you'll have to find a natural jump or go and build one with some friends. In either case, I wouldn't recommend anything too poppy. For your first hit, you want something that's flatter with a little bit more distance. This is because poppy jumps tend to be the hardest to control yourself on. They cater to a little bit more experienced riders who are going to flip or spin them and have a little more body control. So the goal would be to get a kind of flatter takeoff with a little bit more distance, less of an arc. So at this point, you found your jump and either know the speed yourself or have a friend who knows the speed to hit it. You'll want to take a few casual carves into the jump, and as you approach the lip, you can transition to your flat base. If you're not comfortable on a flat base, which is pretty standard for beginner riders because you feel like it's easy to catch an edge, go slightly on your toe edge. Not much. You don't want to be turning or carving, but if you just put some weight on your toes so that your heel edge is lifted just a little bit, you'll feel a little bit more controlled and less likely to catch an edge. As you ride up the lip of the jump, be sure your legs are slightly bent, and as you take off, you're going to do a very small pop off the lip. You don't want to jump super hard, that'll throw you out of control. You want to go with the flow of the jump and pop just a little bit as you reach the lip. If you watch the clips on screen, you'll notice that my legs are extending, but not that much. It's not super noticeable because a little bit of pop goes a long way on a jump that is already sending you up and out. Once you are in the air, this is the point where you want to try and stay very controlled. This is where a lot of people tend to start flinging their arms around or kicking their legs because you're not comfortable in the air. You feel a little bit out of control and then start flailing your body around and get a lot out of control. While you're in the air, focus on keeping your knees slightly bent and your shoulders square over your feet. Just be calm and focus on your landing. Now, it will probably take a handful of jumps before you start grabbing your board, but with that said, grabs lock you in and make you feel so much more comfortable in the air. As soon as you are feeling comfortable enough in the air to try and reach your hand to your board, I would recommend indie grab first. That's where you take your back hand and put it on the front edge between your bindings. The key when getting your grab is not to do it too early. Let yourself take off, let yourself rise, and once you're comfortable in the air, reach down, get that grab, and then you'll lock yourself in for the rest of the time on the jump. Obviously, on really small jumps, you're not going to hold a grab for very long, if at all, but as you start to get more comfortable in the air and start jumping on bigger and bigger features, you'll notice how much nicer getting a grab makes the jump feel. Now, if you've watched this tutorial, you've listened to all these tips, and you're still flailing around in the air, there are two solutions to this. One, just keep hitting jumps. It takes some people a while. It's hard. It's weird to get comfortable in the air on a snowboard. It's a new feeling if you've never done it before. So that's one thing. Now, the second thing is be a little bit more patient in your takeoff. I was watching some clips back from 4 or 5 years ago when I was first starting to jump, and I have some clips of me flailing all over the place, and I was really trying to pinpoint what causes that, when some jumps will be perfect and others won't, and it really is all in the takeoff. If you're smooth and you have a smooth, crisp pop off that takeoff that's not too hard, you'll be way more controlled in the air than if you try to really aggressively pop off that lip. Just be calm and leave the lip of the jump as smoothly as possible, and it will make your life way easier. Well guys, I think that pretty much sums up how to hit a jump on a snowboard. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, And if you're learning how to jump on a snowboard, I imagine you're going to be looking up more tricks in the near future as well. We have a wide variety of tricks in tons of different action sports over on the website, pushthelimit.com. So feel free to head over there and watch more snowboarding tutorials as well as tutorials in other sports. See you guys soon with another video.